Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Jackson, licensed professional counselor, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about polarized parts, the stress and the turmoil of the internal conflict between warring parts within us, where part of me wants to do one thing and the other part wants me to do the complete opposite thing, and how to navigate that. And we're going to talk about this, of course, from the lens of internal family systems. But first, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you get anything from the content, and comment below, as this is it's a really challenging topic, and it causes us a lot of really stress on a day-to-day basis, having two different parts of us at war within our bodies and trying to really protect this. Right? So we have one faithful soldier that is armed and ready to protect us and feels like we should go north. Right? And then we have another faithful protector that's warring with us, that's wanting to battle and protect us, that wants to go south. And we're stuck in the middle, like, how do we please both protectors? And how do we, to where we both feel safe, right? To where I feel safe. So first, let's talk about how common internal conflict is, right? Part of you is procrastinating, while another part of you is being motivated and striving to do your best. A part of you wants to have healthy relationships and really connect with the people. And a part of you also wants to isolate and feel like people bring upon too much stress or may cause harm. A part of you feels indecisive, doesn't trust yourself to make decisions, while another part of you is saying, hey, this is what we want and let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. So you might have this like very impulsive part that wants to do things without thinking, because they know that it's this indecisive part that's going to slow down the process. And so what happens with these internal war within us is that we often repress one of the parts. One of the parts is louder than the other, usually, and we don't really take time. We don't really take time to sit and think and listen to all of our parts. We don't. We normally listen to the loudest part of us. That's normally the part that is getting the attention, the part that's waving down the flag of saying, hey, let's not do this. Let's not engage with people. Let's just isolate. While there's maybe a whisper inside this, it's like, I'm lonely and I want to connect with people. We repress that part and listen to the loudest part. Even in sessions with my clients, oftentimes they'll come to me and say, a part of me feels this way about this situation. A part of me wants to make this relationship work with my partner. Like, I really, really want to make this work. And then I will say to them, great. Okay, so I'm hearing that. I want to make sure that part feels heard. And I also want to know if there are any parts of you that feel different. If there are any parts of you that feel different, they'll stop and think, and they'll say, well, another part of me feels like they disrespect me and really don't hear me out. And then another part of me feels like scared to leave. Okay. All right. And then I'll check in again to say, just want to see if there are any other parts that have any feelings about this relationship. Well, part of me actually also is thinking like maybe I should end this relationship. Okay. All right. Well, I want us, now that we've sat and kind of really attended to all the parts and what they have to say about this relationship, okay, let's listen in and see and check in and go inside to see which part needs our attention today the most. And so internal family systems has a really great way of really breaking down this polarization or internal conflict that we have within ourselves. Usually when there is a polarization in the system, that it is two protectors protecting the same exile. So if you're not familiar with IFS, definitely I will recommend that you watch my video that explains what is IFS to give you a better understanding of it. And also, in short, for this video, an exile part is the part of us that is holding the pain. It's a very vulnerable part of us, and our protectors are really like creating this barrier and this shield around this very vulnerable part of us. So say we have a part of us that is afraid of failure. Then we have two parts that are surrounding this part that's afraid of failure, that is a striver, that strives for excellence, that's always working, that's always achieving. And then we also have this procrastinating part, right? That's like, let's just not try. Let's wait till tomorrow. They're both protecting you from failure, just in very two opposing ways. And what causes this polarization is that our parts with their great intentions, there are no bad parts. There are no bad parts, but their intentions are to protect, and they usually over-respond. They do. They usually over-respond. So they usually react in an extreme way. So notice striving, protection, achievement. The eye is on the prize, right? It is a very extreme way of protecting someone from failure. And then we have the part of us that's procrastinating. Let's just not do it. Let's just not do anything. Well, let's do it tomorrow. Let's just do it tomorrow. Let's just do it tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes, next week and a month. And then you go months and months and you realize, oh, my New Year's resolution didn't even happen. Right? So that polarization, that extreme way of avoiding failure is the opposite end of that polarization. So for instance, I think we've all played the game of tug of war, right? In elementary school. If not tug of war, there's usually two teams that are pulling at the rope at two separate ends to pull the flag to their side. In polarization, with polarized parts, the flag is us. And there's one protector on one side and one protector on the other side. And so oftentimes what happens too is that there's just stagnation. There's no movement. They're stuck. Part of us wants to listen to this part because it has a very valid argument. Hey, keep moving forward, keep striving, keep reaching your goals, keep setting new goals, keep overworking yourself and filling your planner to make sure that you do not fail. You cannot fail. And then the other part is saying, that part is saying, psh, just wait. We'll just do it another time. Just do it another time. And so how do we resolve polarized parts? How do we resolve this internal conflict with the two warring parts within ourselves? We attend to them. We listen to them. They need to hear from us. If the burden of protection is still there, if they feel like you're not safe, if those two warring parts feel like there's a chance that you might fail, they will speak up. They will pipe up. There are two ways that we navigate this. One, if both parts have not been unburdened, if they haven't gone through the healing steps of IFS and they are causing a great deal of stress for the client, we'll have the client kind of create this round table to gather the parts, and self is the part that needs to be present in order to mediate this conversation between this part that wants to achieve for perfection and this part that wants to procrastinate, to hear them out and come to an agreement that they both can agree to. And the second way that we handle this is by going through the healing steps for each part. So the part that is striving, we will go through the healing steps completely for that part, and then also go through the healing steps for the procrastinator so that they don't feel the burden to protect and they don't feel the need to work as hard because the wound of failure has been attended to. That wound of whatever caused that failure, whether it was a project in elementary school that you got an F on and that created a huge scene at your home, or even like you starting to feel internal shame because of what happened, that wound will be addressed. The beliefs surrounding that wound will be released, and both protectors, once they have been heard, witnessed, and seen, and have gone through the healing steps, will be able to provide more of a sense of peace within the client, and failure will not be seen as something that they have to protect themselves from, and they can realize that they will be able to be in self energy, be confident in themselves, have clarity, and when those parts do show up, they can even ask them to soften back their energy to be able to be centered, right? That's why I'm always saying be cool, be calm, be centered. Once we're centered and we're not over responding, that's how we know that we're in self. That's how we know we're making a decision that's not fear-based, that's not from protection, but from a place where we feel secure, in who we are and our ability, and be able to forge ahead making decisions that best serve us. If you are still hanging around, definitely like the video. Let me know what your thoughts are surrounding polarization and polarized parts, and comment below. Subscribe to the channel, and as always, be cool, be calm, be centered. Peace.